Now, the last time I believe we spoke, we talked about how, we talked about the death of Charlie Kirk. And we talked about how, I know explicitly I said that, Donald Trump doesn't give a fuck about Charlie Kirk. And I know those on the right would be, oh man, hate, 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 hate. And to those folks, I would say,
it's above me now.
It's above me now. Like, it's above you too. Like, Charlie Kirk, who he was, he left a lot of footage of him saying some incendiary things. Everybody isn't going to rock with him. It was weird and how y'all were trying to, sanitize his image and his message as if people didn't have eyes and ears to see what the fuck they saw and heard. It was weird and how they were trying to get people fired from jobs because of how you wanted to mourn Charlie Kirk and they didn't. Right now, one of the things that came up, was like this idea, like now all of a sudden, the right wing has embraced cancel culture. They were so much against cancel culture. Not even just last year they were against cancel culture, but suddenly they've taken on, they've embraced the idea of cancel culture, but it's taken on a very weird sort of fucking turn, right? So one of the things I'm gonna pull up here. There's this video. Wait, let me take that down. This is video of this woman. She goes into a Starbucks, and she essentially is trying to get the Starbucks employees to say Charlie Kirk's name. Now, why she's in the Starbucks trying to get these employees at the Starbucks to say Charlie Kirk's name, I have no fucking idea. Other than on some performative shit and also that cancel culture shit that they said that they were against, right? But this woman goes into the Starbucks, and I'm gonna pull this video up because you got to see this shit for yourself, just how pathetically these folks who claim that they are against being, not only they're against cancel culture, but they're against the idea of being victims, right? They say that Democrats and the left have sold victim mentalities to those who adhere to those sensibilities, right? This is them attempting to be a victim and failing fucking horribly. All right, failing horribly. I'm gonna pull this up. This is from Yvette Nicole Brown's threads. It's a video that she posted. I believe it's a repost. So I'm gonna pull this up so you guys can watch right along with your man Spann. Oh, this shit is too big. I'm gonna have to move my thing back here. All right, let me share my screen here. And wait, where is it? Oh, here we go. Damn, Spann. You big dummy. All right, let me pull this up so you guys can see right along with your man Spann. I'm going to blow this up so that you guys can see it better. All right, here we go.
So you didn't call his name out? You didn't call the name out? Yeah.
Wait a second. Do they have? Okay, let me do it this way.
So you didn't call his name out?
I'm going to do it this way because for whatever reason, Threads doesn't have any fucking video controls. Like I can't stop it, pause it, and whatever else when I want to highlight something. But they did have this on Instagram. So I'm going to pull up the Instagram so you guys can see that. So let me do this here. Let me pull that down. Let's do the Instagram. All right. Now let's see it on here. Woman freaks out on Starbucks barista for not calling out Charlie Kirk's name. All right, here we go.
So you didn't call his name out? You didn't call the name out? Yeah. I am.
Okay, now for those of you who are not watching us right now, there's a young lady who works at Starbucks. She basically brought this woman's drink to her table, right? The woman who had her drink brought to her table was upset that the young lady didn't call out the name that they wrote on the cup, right? Usually if I'm not at Starbucks regularly. I'm not at Starbucks regularly. very seldom will you find me at a Starbucks, but I'm under the impression that usually when they call out someone's name for their cup, it's for you to get your ass up to come to the counter and come retrieve your drink. This employee brought your drink to your table. What the fuck would she be calling out a name for if she delivered your drink to your table? Right? Like, how dare you try to be a victim in an instance where you're getting top-notch customer service? Like, I've never seen anybody try to turn customer service, good customer service, into victimhood. That's the first thing.
Yep. Why can't you say his last name?
What is happening? Why are you being like that, Jennifer?
Why are you being like, yeah, why are
Okay, and also there's another customer here who's essentially witnessing this, and she's like, oh, not only are you recording, but now you're being antagonistic toward this employee. Like, it's clear that the employee doesn't really know what the fuck is going on. And the customer, there are other customers calling this woman out.
Why are you being like this?
No, why are you being
Yes.
like that to me?
Well, okay, why are you being like that to me?
You're being so rude to this girl.
I'm not.
She brought your drinks to
I actually am making a point, a big point.
Recording her, setting her up for failure.
I actually wrote a very good post prior to this.
Crazy, man.
Again, I wrote a very good post prior to this. So you went in there with the plan. You went in there with the plan to antagonize these folks. You went in there thinking that they were going to mistreat you in some sort of way, that they were going to not give you good. I'm seeing nothing but top-notch customer service. I ain't never sat down at Starbucks and had a drink brought to me. But again, like I said, I'm not a regular at the Starbucks. But if I got my drink brought to me, I don't think that they should be, Antoine, I don't think they would be hollering out my fucking name as they bring me my fucking drink. That's stupid. That's fucking dumb.
It's not. I wrote a very good post prior to this. I wrote a really good post. I was really hoping you were going to make the right choice.
And that girl is standing there. You can tell she's fidgeting with her hands. She's upset. She's nervous because now she thinks her job is on the fucking line. I may have lost my job just for bringing this lady a drink and not yelling out the name on the cup. Because this lady wants to try to come in here and make a political point about some dude who did nothing but spread rhetoric, who did nothing but talk shit about people who are of marginalized communities. But she's trying to position herself as a victim. Make that shit make sense, man.
It's not politics. A man spoke up.
Hold on. It's not politics. Just not even 30 seconds ago, she was trying to make a political point. She stopped herself short of saying, or she thought she was calling, she was stopping herself short. She went from saying, I'm trying to make a political to a big point. So it's all politics. You're not fooling anybody.
Up for what he believes in, and he got shot in the neck over it. And you couldn't stand there and call my name out, my name, but you called his name out.
Also, she called his name out, and guess what he did? He came up to the fucking counter and retrieved his drink. Nobody brought their drink to them. You miserable bitch.
But you called his name out, couldn't call his name out. Called his name out, but couldn't call his name out. No, actually I was setting him up for success because I wrote a really good report. Excuse me? It is Charlie Kirk.
Also, I feel sorry for the dog. You know, she has a dog there with her. I feel sorry for Pup. Pup didn't want to be a part of this bullshit. Pup like, man, just feed me, rub my belly, and let me go to sleep, man. I don't want to be a part of this shit. And he's got a shit owner. I'm sorry.
It's a point. You guys came in after me. The place was completely empty. And you're making a scene. You didn't have to make a scene. It's a name. It's a policy that your company upholds. They came in after me. It was completely empty when I came in. That woman right there was the only person in here. I actually wrote you guys a really good review prior to getting this, saying,
I'm trying to figure out what them coming in after her has to do with the fact that they brought her fucking drink. and they didn't call her name out on the cup because they brought her fucking drink. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China, ma'am? Come on, man.
What upstanding it was, how wonderful it was, hoping she would stand there and say my name, Charlie. Just Charlie would have been fine because she said his name. So I was saying, okay, maybe it's just going to be Charlie. And I was thinking she'll say just Charlie. And I was rooting for her to just say Charlie. And what did she do? She brought me my drink.
Oh my God. She brought me my drink. Oh, the humanity. Oh my God. They are totally fucking messing me up, man. They are totally fucking with me. They actually brought my drink to me. The nerve, the unmitigated gall. Like, this bitch is unhinged, man. Unhinged. Oh man, we got a couple comments here in the chat, man. My man Dwayne says that his last words where before he was sent to the upper room was gang violence. He was taking shots at black people. Absolutely, he was taking shots at black people. Reggie's in the chat room. He says, anytime I've seen a dog at Starbucks, it was outside with the owners. Why is this dog inside? Now, I'll say this, man. The dog is pretty well behaved, right? I just hate that his owner is a piece of shit, okay? I hate that the owner is a piece of shit. It's a beautiful dog. Dog is well behaved. Dog is just sitting there minding his own doggy business while his owner acts like a complete bitch. Okay. Dwayne he said these Karens give this country a bad name. Well, I mean, before they were Karens, they were just out here just being bad people, man. So we got that going on. But yeah, man, craziness, bruh.
Why'd she say his name? Twice. Not once, but twice. No, it's not. It's bad policy. It's bad. And she said she doesn't believe in politics, but yet you're willing to do this. And I wrote you guys such a good review in advance.
I really appreciate that, but it's not my policy.
It's not though. See, and that's the problem. And now I'm gonna have to go back, and I'm actually gonna post the good review that I wrote first. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to add this video to it to show that I wrote the good review first. I'm going to leave the good review.
These people are fucking unhinged, bro. And it goes to show you in some small way, like the silos that some of us find ourselves in, especially on social media, when you think that like behaving like this is actually a good thing. Where you think that accosting people and thinking that they are always thinking of the shit that you are thinking politically is you know, like that main character syndrome we talk about, where like everybody's thinking about this thing that I'm thinking about, when a lot of times, man, folks just aren't focused on that, right? And I know as someone who is a little bit, you know, like a little bit more politically attuned, who pays a little bit more attention to this, I understand sometimes I find myself frustrated at the fact that like some folks aren't necessarily aware or paying attention to some of the things that are going on. But this right here is you being extra, because never would you need to go to try to make a point about people not saying the name of Charlie Kirk, as if, for one, Charlie Kirk was important, and two, that you were a victim of bad customer service when these people did nothing but be nice to you and bring you a fucking drink. It doesn't make sense, man.
And I'm going to post this video to show what an ass she made of herself and how you came out and you did this, because this is, wow.
You know what? I was on, just an aside, I was on Three Guys On earlier today with Randolph, Andy Klein, earlier today. Rod was on there, and forgive me, brother, for forgetting your name, man. But we were on here earlier today, and we were talking about the lack of self-awareness of a lot of people on the right wing. They have a stunning lack of self-awareness. This woman thinks that everyone, Brother Mark, there we go, Ready T, appreciate you, brother. Brother Mark was in on Three Guys On earlier. There was a lack of self-awareness on the right, where they don't know how much of an ass they're coming across to other folks who aren't a part of their little club, right? They have absolutely no sense that they are the ones who everybody else is looking at like they have. Am I the asshole? Yes, bitch, you are. You're the asshole right now. for whatever reason, a lot of people on the right can't seem to fathom them being the asshole. But she's being the asshole right now. She's pointing to everyone else, and everybody else is looking at her like, no, it's you. It's you.
I didn't talk to her. I'm actually talking to you. It's called freedom of speech. This is what Charlie Kirk died for.
And freedom of speech only protects you from persecution from the government. That is it. That is all. Should not be that hard.
I am a paying customer, and I have not done anything. I am just sitting here. You're going to ask me to leave because you're going to call the authorities? Are you?
Hey, shout out to this motherfucking Starbucks, man. Shout out to them. Hey. Shout out to them, because now you're disrupting everybody fucking else on this bullshit attempt to be a victim in a situation where nothing wrong happened to you. Right? Nothing. Oh, shit. Yeah, man, don't fuck up your shit. You ain't drunk. Right? No, but nothing wrong happened to you. So I applaud this manager at this Starbucks for getting this disturbing the peace ass bitch about the paint. Like, hey, not only am I going to like ask you to leave, if you don't leave, I'm gonna call the fucking police on your goofy ass, because now you're disrupting you're disrupting our environment here, and this ain't good for business. I'm gonna need you to go. And you think you are the victim in this situation?
Are you serious? Wow. You're going to call the authorities because I asked somebody to say a name. I'm disturbing what? I'm disturbing who? This is the person who made the scene. Okay, I'll go ahead and leave the video too. I didn't make a scene. I asked somebody to say a name. That's not making a scene. I'm still not making a scene.
Poor pup. Poor pup. I'm sorry, pup.
Exactly what Charlie Kirk died for. This is what you...
Now, here's what's funny. Had no clue she would look like this at all, man. Just
Not never.
this was not the look that I thought this lady would have. When I first saw this video, I was like, this was not the look of the lady that I thought, I don't know what the fuck I thought. I just didn't think she'd look like this, right? But this woman comes into a Starbucks to make a fucking scene. She came there to somehow, some way become a victim in a situation where nothing was given to her but good customer service. This is how unhinged it is to be someone on the right, where you're looking for the victimhood. Now, in cases where folks are genuinely victims, they get upset with those folk and say, how dare you be a victim? Why are you being a victim right now? Systemic racism, that's not a thing anymore. Discrimination, that's not a thing anymore. Until they can, try to use social media to, grift other folks into believing that they're a victim, and maybe set up a GoFundMe, a Give, Send, Go, or some bullshit like that, and give other people who've never been really victims of anything to give them money. Right? So it's really weird, man. It's really fucking weird, man. But yeah.
All need to understand. It is called freedom of speech. It is getting shut down in America. And this young lady over here wanted to point out that freedom of speech is what is getting shut down. She is saying she's pre-recording like it's a big thing. This is a public space, and we are not allowed to publicly record in a public space. People are allowed to do their work. They are allowed to have their workspaces. They're allowed to have their laptops open, and they're allowed to publicly broadcast, and they're allowed to do all these kinds of things here in Starbucks as a public place.
So here's the thing. Nobody's stopping you from doing any of that. They just acknowledged that that you were doing it. And then when you became a problem, they asked you to leave. You can still go outside and broadcast and video record everything outside. You can still do that. The government isn't coming after you. The police aren't running up on you and saying, hey, put that fucking phone down. You can't record this. None of that is happening to you.
But they are not allowed to ask for their name to be spoken out. So now at this point in the juncture, I have to stop the video, and I'm going to have to go on live. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So we're going to go on live. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yarima!
Yeah, so this was just some weird broad, man, who just wanted who wanted some attention, man. Like they just wanted fucking attention. And it's weird, man. We're in a very weird place in America right now. And we didn't have to be here. We did not have to be here. Real talk, man. Reggie's in the chat. He says, that's not your damn name. You play. Exactly. Calling out your name. That's not your name. Your name isn't Charlie Kirk. You want some symbolic, I want you to call out his. That's the other part that's also weird. Is that y'all were upset when Black Lives Matter protesters were insisting that folks say the names of the victims of police violence, when they were asking you to say the names of Tamir Rice, when they were asking you to say the names of Breonna Taylor, when they would ask you to say the names of Mike Brown, when they would ask you to say the names of Ahmaud Arbery, and the countless other black folks who were being extrajudiciously executed by people authorized by the state to take lives. Right? So when they were telling you to say their names, y'all mocked that shit. But now you want to go into Starbucks and insist that the Starbucks barista say their name on a fucking cup after they brought you a drink? Fuck you, man. That's stupid. That's fucking stupid. It's wild, man. It's wild. Like to watch them, like, you know, behave in such a way, man. It's just